that I got a big bag and a big flag. Don't make nobody tell me nonsense, my nigga. Streets is so cold, my nigga. May nobody come.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome back, guys. My name is Kibabam. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a thing. I hope you guys are well. Welcome back to yet another week so we can learn together. Today we're going to be talking about where does the cycle begin in the retail chain. Like, where does the cycle begin in the buying chain? So we usually call that the critical, within the critical path. Where is the beginning? Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that today. The reason why I want to talk about this is because I just want to give you a little bit of context of how the buyer builds their range, okay, and what is it influenced by. So when I say range, I also mean assortment, and then assortment is the end result of what you, it's the end of, it's what you see on shelf. Okay, so I just want to discuss like where the cycle begins. Cool. So the cycle begins with what you call a post-seasonal. Okay, so post means after the season, post-seasonal, after the season has concluded. So your season usually is 4 months, and at the post-seasonals, there's a range of things that a buyer does to prepare for their post-seasonal. So the buyer will sit with a planner and analyze the sales where last year versus this year. Okay, you always have to obviously look at your growths, and your growths are influenced by 2 seasons, like by you looking at two seasons at least. Okay, so the reason why I'm explaining this, because I want entrepreneurs to understand how the supply chain works within a retail market and what questions you need to ask. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing information, but I need you to listen with a listening ear of what questions can you ask, the buyers or the sourcing department for you to better understand your category. Okay, so they'll have a range review. Within the range review, you're comparing last year versus this year. So you want to see the percentage growth within your commodities. So let's say you are analyzing whatever, your t-shirts category, let's say. And within your t-shirts, you have, let's say, 10 different styles that you're putting in. Okay, so you'll have a round neck, you'll have a V neck, you'll have a scoop neck, you have a cowl neck, whatever the silhouettes are. So you and your team are going to sit down and you're going to analyze those sales from when the season started to where it ends. Okay, so you obviously have to compare like on like. When I say like on like, I mean the same thing. So in the post-seasonal, compare, if it's a summer season, compare the summer season to the previous summer season. You need to talk within the seasons. You can't compare winter to summer because you're putting in a different range of product. Okay, so out of that analysis, it will show you what sells the best in silhouette, in color, in print, what print did well, just styling, in sleeve length. Post-seasonals are the best source of information, in my opinion, because it gives you a clear view of how you firstly can grow your business and how to mitigate your risk and how to correct your blind spots and how to manage your business, how to chase the number. And in the context of the supplier, that is very important because you supply the demand. So you need to have that visibility and inside information that can help you So this helps you present your range to the buyer. You know, when they put together post-seasonals, it's what we used to call analysis paralysis, because you have to analyze everything. Like, usually post-seasonals take, the whole meeting takes practically half the day or the whole day, where you present your range to the directors of your department. So what they do, they'll pull every single item that made it into stores within, that trading season. Then they will pull the items they made it to store in the previous season, so that you are comparing like for like. So when you are buying as a buyer, you're given something, well, at the time at Woolworths used to call it like a tick sheet. It's like a shopping list. So within that shopping list, your items are bundled into categories or departments. So when you're putting up your items, let's say this t-shirt will replace the item that you bought previously. So you hang it one under each other with all the sales figures for last season and this season that you were trading in, so that you're comparing and you're seeing the items physically, because that can give you not only visual information, but it helps you remember your ranges when you're building for the next season. So they'll analyze the entire department the whole day, looking at the sales. And out of that meeting, what's going to come out is what worked, what didn't work, what's being chucked out, and what we can test. And within that entire range, you have the opportunity to put in a test. Because if you don't test, you don't grow your business. You need to test items within that season to see how your customers react to that. And that's what keeps your business growing. It's the newness. And that newness every season comes out of the post-seasonal. So as a supplier, you need to understand and ask the right questions. Hey, how did your post-seasonal go? What worked? What didn't work? What of my items worked? What more can I bring forward, that can assist you to grow your business? So the post-seasonals are very important because they highlight the blind spots, they highlight the opportunities, they highlight the winners, and they highlight the dogs. And you need to know if you fall within the dog range or you wouldn't fall within the winner range. And if it's winning, why did it win? Okay. And the only way the buyers can know why it won, because the previous history will feed into what happened within the trading season. Okay. So as a supplier, you need to be able to ask the correct questions for you to correct those blind spots. The blind spots that come out of their post-seasonals will help feed into your range build for the next season, so that you can maybe steal a little bit of business from your competitors. But you need to know what to ask. How did the season trade? What were the dogs? Can you tell me what the dogs were so I can also go buy them? What were the winners? Can you tell me so that I can also go buy them and sit with my team and analyze why we think they won? And don't be afraid to give them that feedback after you've sat down with your team and you've analyzed and say, this is what we've picked up on. Am I right? There's no harm in that. You are then becoming a buying partner for your buyer. You're making their jobs easy, because they know in their mind, when they building their range, they know that they've already kind of briefed you prior to you submitting your samples for them to build their range. Because when you submit your samples, they're not obliged to put it in, to put what you've sent to them in, although you are a supplier, a loaded supplier. I'm just saying. Because you'll find that there'll be 3 suppliers who are submitting items that are very similar. So for you to be the best, you need to be able to use their data to build your range that you will present to the buyer. It's not about anything else but what is working in stores and how you can make a buyer's life easier. Okay? So I hope that helped. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment and switch on your notifications. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week. Love you with all my heart. Bye.
Except that I got a big back and a big flag. Don't make nobody tell me nonsense.